You think the habit is the problem.
It isn't. The habit is just the receipt. And you've been trying to fix your spending by shredding receipts for years. Here's what's actually running the show underneath every habit you've ever tried and failed to keep. 3 findings. 1 receipt machine. Let's open it up. Chapter 1. There's a real psychological mechanism explaining why this keeps happening, and it's not willpower. 1972. Psychologist Darrell Bem ran an experiment that sounds almost too simple to matter. Subjects listened to a recording of a man describing a boring task enthusiastically. Half were told he got paid $1 for that testimonial. Half were told he got paid $20. The group that heard $1 assumed he actually meant it. The group that heard $20 assumed he was just doing it for the money. Here's the twist. The man in the recording never changed. Only the listener's inference did. Bem's actual finding: you infer your own attitudes and identity from watching your own behavior, the exact same way a stranger would watch it and judge you. Not from what you intend, not from what you plan, from what you actually, repeatedly do. Think about how you already do this to other people without noticing. Someone tells you they're trying to get into running, and then you watch them skip 4 Tuesdays in a row.
You don't believe the sentence.
You believe the pattern. Here's the part that stings. You are doing the exact same math on yourself every single day, whether you're paying attention or not. Your brain isn't listening to your New Year's resolution. It's watching your calendar. So, can you convince yourself you're disciplined by writing "be disciplined" on a sticky note? No. Can you convince yourself by actually doing the disciplined thing once and watching yourself do it? That's the beginning of evidence. Big difference. Somewhere right now, someone's inner monologue is arguing with their own gym bag. "We're a runner now." The gym bag has heard this before. Chapter 2. This isn't just theory. Somebody tested it on a massive scale with something that actually matters: whether people vote. 2011. Researchers ran 3 real experiments, and the manipulation was almost insultingly small. 1 word. Half the participants got asked how important it was to them to be a voter in the upcoming election. The other half got asked how important it was to vote. A noun versus a verb. Identity versus action. The identity framing, be a voter, increased actual turnout, verified against real state voting records, not a survey. 11 to 14 percentage points across 2 real elections: the 2008 California general election, the 2009 New Jersey governor's race.
1 word. Double digits.
That's not a rounding error, that's an entire framing of who you are, quietly pulling behavior along behind it. A follow-up study took the same trick and pointed it somewhere completely different: kids and helping behavior. Ask a child to help, and you get 1 result. Ask a child if they want to be a helper, and you get more actual helping. Different domain, different age group, same lever. Whatever this mechanism is, it wasn't a fluke of 1 election. Quick reminder before Chapter 3. If this is rewiring how you think about your own habits, subscribe. We're building this channel 1 real mechanism at a time. Chapter 3. Here's the part almost nobody tells you, and it's exactly the kind of thing this channel exists to check. That famous voter study? It didn't hold up. 2016. A large-scale field replication, same method, bigger sample, real voting records again, same journal that published the original, found no meaningful difference between voter and voting at all. 0. The follow-up debate is still going, researchers arguing both directions in the same journal, and nobody's fully settled it either way. So the most cited "one word changes your identity" study in behavioral science has spent the last decade getting fact-checked by other behavioral scientists. Even the receipts have receipts.
Does that mean identity doesn't shape behavior?
No. BEM's underlying mechanism has held up for over 50 years, independently in dozens of other contexts. What it means is narrower and more useful. One clever sentence isn't a lever you can pull once and be done. The voter study's honest lesson isn't "words are magic." It's "the effect is real but fragile, and repetition is doing more work than any single sentence ever could." Which is the actual answer to why your habits keep collapsing. You've been hunting for the one sentence, the one system, the one trick that flips the identity switch permanently. There isn't one. There's only the slow method, the same one BEM subjects used on themselves without knowing it. Do the small thing. Let yourself watch you do it. Do it again. Somewhere in there, without a single dramatic moment, the evidence stacks high enough that you stop needing to convince yourself and start just being the person who does that. 3 moves, not 50. First, pick the smallest version of the habit that still counts as real evidence. 1 page, 1 set, 1 sentence of the thing you keep failing to start, small enough that skipping it would feel absurd, not just difficult. Second, after you do it, actually notice yourself doing it. Don't rush past the moment. Let your own brain log the data point the way BEM's listeners logged the man's behavior. Third, never let one missed day become the new evidence. A single skip is noise. A pattern is the only thing your own brain believes, so protect the pattern, not any single day of it. 3 findings, 1 receipt machine. 1. You read your own identity off your own behavior, the same way a stranger would. Proven with a $1 recording in 1972, still holding up more than 50 years later. 2. Framing something as identity, not action, can genuinely move behavior, sometimes by double digits, in helping and voting alike. 3. No single sentence does this permanently, and the one study that made everyone believe it could is now a textbook case study in why replication matters more than a headline. Repetition is the only version of the trick that actually survives contact with a follow-up study. If you're still hunting for the one habit tracking app or the one morning routine that finally sticks, go watch the video right before this one. The same amber stopwatch that tracked your attention span down to 47 seconds is quietly tracking this too. Every notification you let interrupt the small, boring, identity-building rep is the same 2315 recovery debt, just charged against who you're becoming instead of what you're focused on. Subscribe if you want the next mechanism the moment it's checked. This channel exists to find what actually survives the replication, not what just sounds good the first time you hear it.